Shelley.
I'm Fat Podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawoski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out of the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat Podcast, brought to you by our sponsors, Charlie the Baking Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Fredo's Culinary Kitchen, and Nick and Ivy Brewing. We are live once again on the YouTubes because why the hell not?
Yeah, why not? We need those hours accrued, so let's get some hours accrued here, shall we?
Yeah, let's get accruing. So I am Rick Camp alongside fellow fat Jay Zawoski. And Jay, last week we were like slammed with stuff. I feel like we don't have quite as much today, but we still have fun things to be able to get to, and I'm just excited.
Definitely. I have a lot of little sprinkly things as opposed to big things. If you missed last week's episode, though, lots of good stuff. We taste tested the Coca-Cola Oreos and the Oreo Coke. Not great. We had the Kelsey mix. All kinds of good stuff on there. So go check that one out. Make sure you're subscribed to YouTube page here, youtube.com/I'mFatPodcast. If you're listening on the old podcast, yep, we have a YouTube page, and we're going to start going off on Sunday nights frequently because we like it and it's fun. And why the hell not? And if you're watching us live, thank you. Hit that like button for us. We'd appreciate that. And make sure you're subscribed. And if you're a podcast listener, make sure you're following or subscribed on your favorite podcast app. And those 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts or Spotify are very, very helpful and appreciated. Meanwhile, we're on social media at I'm Fat Pod. That is Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. We've got the I'm Fat Podcast fans group on Facebook. We've got our merch shop, I'mFatMerch.com. Go get some of that. We had a sale this week. Not sure if it's still going on. Maybe it ends like tonight, but jump on I'mFatMerch.com for all your TeePublic needs. So, if you're on Facebook and you visited TeePublic once 15 years ago, you're probably going to have an ad on there for TeePublic. If you see something you like, to jot it down in your brain or on paper, then head to I'mFatMerch.com and find it there, and we'll get a little kickback if you do that. So we would appreciate that. All right. I think we need to start by giving ourselves the old Barry Horowitz. I don't think you know that reference. Do you know that reference?
Yes.
The old wrestler whose job it was to lose every week?
Yes.
But he would always pat himself on the back, like we're doing right now. All the news outlets,
every one of them,
are shitting their pants. Because, the Curder Burger's back. Oh, and there's hot honey cheese curds. Welcome to 2 months ago, bitch.
Yeah, we were shitting our pants way before you were.
Yes, exactly. This is why you must listen to the I'm Fat Podcast, because we have the Culver's Insider. This is what, 3-4 episodes ago?
Yes.
That we had this news?
Yes.
Come on. And again, which news outlets are not listening to the show every week for food news?
Jerks.
Really? Why is CNN not in our comments right now saying, fellas, thank you for the scoop?
Right.
Rachel Maddow, where are you at?
Come on, News Nation.
There's some more slightly important things going on. Fine. But what do people want to hear about? Politics?
Curds.
Or curds. Thank you.
Curds.
So you're welcome. And if you, the I'm Fat Podcast regular, miss the news, we will recap it because we're nice.
Yes.
For the month of October, the Curder Burger is returning with the addition of hot honey cheese curds.
Yes.
I can't wait.
Those are going to be really good.
Do you know it's been maybe like 2 months since I've had Culver's?
Rip on purpose?
It's just worked out that way. I just haven't been around.
Weird.
I know. Daniel says the Russians have suppressed the Fat Podcast news. That could be it. Could be Russian bots.
Yep.
It's a good point. I can't wait for this though. I am making an appointment October 1st. Wait, that's Tuesday. I'm off that day because I'm going to see Sturgill. I'm getting Culver's for lunch. Nice. That is a done deal.
Nice. I'm gonna have a big announcement towards basketball season for myself on Tuesday.
Rick is pregnant.
Yep.
Congratulations. You'll be a soccer player.
I just love love basketball enough that we finally got to that step.
All right. I'm excited for that too. So yeah, that's the big news of the week. the Curder Burger will be back October 1st, as well as the hot honey cheese curd. So go try those. And again, we love our Culver's Insider,
Yes.
who is always sending us info when it warrants. Little note from him regarding last week's episode. We had an emailer say him and his wife went to a Culver's and they were like one of the first 100 customers of the day. So they won a free pint for a month.
Okay.
Culver's Insider wanted to clarify that every Culver's has different stuff like that. So that's not the standard at every Culver's. It might be where you are and it might be where it is, but don't expect that to be the case at every Culver's every day.
Right. That was like when I brought up the Saturday pint deal at my local Culver's. We found out from people there's usually some form of something,
Right.
but it's not it's not uniform across the country. So keep an eye on that. Do the research on your own local Culver's in that regard. But there are deals to be had.
Oh, of course.
And the food's delicious. And as we learned last week, healthy.
The healthiest fast food burger.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct.
That is not the highest bar to clear, but you know what? It cleared it.
It's fine. There's a lot of options. And
Yes.
as we discussed last week, I was surprised by that news. That one that calls itself the Butter Burger would be the healthiest of the fast food burgers. So just all the more, like, you need more reasons to go to Culver's.
Right. Is butter a carb?
I don't think so. I think it's a fat.
You didn't get that reference?
Butter a carb. I don't get that reference.
Mean Girls.
Oh, see, I don't know why.
That one
movie
just never stuck.
It just passed me by. I've seen it like once or twice. It's one of those watch it with the phone in my hand movies.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, oh, the dance scene's on. Okay, I'm watching. I'm attentive. But then I don't know. I think it was a timing thing.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I enjoyed it the 2 times I saw it, but I don't get like the deeper references.
Sure.
So, but I'm sure a lot of people listening did. So good job, Rick.
I try. If there's one thing I'm good for, it's references that are going to be obscure at least half the time, or jokes that are going to take way too long to figure out.
Well, how old are you again?
38.
Okay, so we have a 7-year difference between us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna math 7 or 8 year difference.
Mm-hmm.
So that would make sense. Like some of that stuff is more in your wheelhouse, where
Sure.
I get the Barry Horowitz.
Yes.
See, well, speaking of you trying,
Mm-hmm.
when I texted you today, what are the topics you're gonna be talking about?
Yeah.
I was delighted and intrigued by you teasing that you went suit shopping.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna lean back and give you the floor.
Okay. I wish it was a better story and there was a lot more to it. It's fairly straightforward. So like Saturday afternoon, Sam and I were just like, we just wanted to, I'd been looking at wedding bands for myself because she has to get like a custom one to go along with her engagement ring. So I just wanted to see a couple like in person, try and figure out like just like little things here and there to try and determine what I wanted. So first we went ring shopping, and it is funny as hell when like the like rings they have for people to try on are in like the most there I got it. There I got the thumbs up. But in the most standard sizes, and those sizes would not get past my second knuckle. Not even close. So like there's actually, hold on. I'll see if I can send you the picture quick. Of like Sam took a picture of one of them because it's one that I liked. And just like how incredibly like sausage-esque my hand looks in the picture.
Oh Lord.
Isn't that great?
Lordy coming.
Yeah. So I know like most people don't know especially guys like don't really know. They know their ring size long enough to get the ring they need, and then it completely goes out the other ear.
Yeah.
I have a size 13.5 ring, which for those keeping score at home, I was essentially told the highest size that they usually have in stores or that they like generally would make without it being extra is a 14. So I am right on the edge there.
Wow. All right, I got it. Look at me working fast today.
Yeah.
That's
That is, I know. Like there's oh god, yeah, like the lady too that was behind the counter helping could not have been nicer, but also like at one point she just saw it like stop moving on my finger, and it was just I can only imagine was like
I can just see her with like one foot up on the counter trying to get it to fit. Like,
yeah.
come on,
Oh,
you son of a bitch.
I know, right? So like I went through that. Now, mind you, I knew what size I needed, so like that wasn't a worry for me. It was just like the aesthetic of the ring. So I got accomplished what I needed to get accomplished. However, yeah, just that picture is so goddamn funny to me. But also, yeah, just like trying other things on or just wanting to look at them. Sam would hold the ring above my finger so that she could see what it would look like where it's supposed to be, which is
fingers you have used to dial are too fat.
that's 100% what it is. Oh, it was. So that was just the start of it. So we hit up a couple of jewelry stores and it was the same experience, obviously, at both. And then we went to, there was a men's warehouse right there. So she's like, you know what? Let's just see. And went in there, and the person that was helping us was like nice, but kind of quiet. And like, you could tell we were there like less than an hour before close, like 40 minutes before close.
Don't care. This is my boomer take. If you're
Okay.
open, you're open. Shut up.
True.
Sorry. Okay.
But like just realistically trying to put myself in the headspace,
Yeah.
you know. And so we look for, and she like has me like, she tries to get the like, was it do they consider that like your chest size for a suit?
Yeah, like around your
Yeah.
under your armpits around, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, okay, and then I saw her look at the number, and her kind of like the brains, like everything started moving in there, like, we might be in trouble with this one. So she's like, yeah, you're like a 54 long. I'm like,
Okay.
yeah. She's like, so then Sam was looking at different like suits that she liked or whatever, and the one that she really liked was like, yeah, that goes up to 50. So, and then she's like, and this is after a while of us like talking and just whatever. She's like really chill with us at this point. He's like, you know, DXL has.
If you want to pay the 700% markup.
Oh, I know, right?
Pay
I
the
even
fat
told her,
tax.
I'm like, listen, they don't really give you the best customer service because it's like you walk in the door and they're like, listen, motherfucker, we both know why you're here. Let's just get this over with. Whatever the hell you need, Tubby, and just shuffle your ass back out the door.
We know you don't have a lot of options, so we're going to push
Exactly.
you around. You're going to get what we tell you get, and you're going to be happy about it.
And you're going to have a sore back after pushing me around.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was like making her feel okay to be like, buddy, it's not going to happen here.
Yeah. You're going to need a special store.
Yeah. So it was so funny because like, I mean, I'm pretty bad with guessing age, but it was like this younger girl, I would guess probably in her mid to late 20s.
Okay.
Who sees me and is just like, how do I break it to this guy that, you know, can't really get a suit here in anything close to what you'd like.
Yeah. Bill in the chat, who looks nice in his suit in this picture, by the way.
Yeah, right.
Says he's found the Oakbrook DXL people are pretty nice.
Okay.
So
That's probably one of them I would go to just because I work near there.
You know what's great, by the way, and now that I'm married and don't have to worry about like super formal anymore, the fact that like weddings have become more casual.
Yeah.
Just as you, Rick, had the polo, I have the wedding outfit.
Yes.
That I have worn for 4 weddings in a row now. So if you go through my Instagram, which is now private, sorry, and see my wedding photos, I'm in the same thing all the time. It is a blue and white checkered shirt.
Yep.
It is a blue sport coat, Michael Strahan from JCPenney. It is like a darker, like an olive khaki, like somewhere in between olive and khaki.
Okay.
And navy blue Sperry shoes. I wear the same outfit to every wedding. I will have the same outfit on at your wedding because guess what? It works. And I feel somewhat confident in it.
Yeah.
So it's never going to change. I actually was thinking about like maybe I should go find the same brand shirt in the same brand pants and just found like different colors.
Yeah.
So it's
That's pretty much what my wardrobe is.
Yeah.
Sam would find something that worked for me because it started out by like spraying to all fields in terms of brands and styles and whatever to find out first of all, what fit me, and then B, like, what did I do? I got balloons. That's cool. But B,
you got all kinds of stuff happening today.
do I? Yeah, right. I got the thumbs up when I wasn't trying. I got the balloons when I'm not trying. Okay. But yeah, so it's like basically, okay, we find an alley and then we get everything in the alley, every color of whatever it is.
Yes.
So that's pretty much the way my wardrobe works now.
Hey man,
and I'm good with it.
That's why half my wardrobe is CHGO shirts because I wear them to work, but they fit me well.
Yes.
So I buy them. By the way, here's the wedding fit. Every wedding. If you're wondering what I'm going to wear to your wedding, there it is.
Yeah.
Hope will probably be wearing the same thing.
Cool.
That she's wearing in that photo too. So, you find what works and you stick with it,
Keep it simple, stupid.
No apologies for that. All right, let's take our first break. We got more to come here on the I'm Fat podcast. Do us a favor. If you've not hit that like button yet, please do so. That helps us out big time. There should be as many likes as there are viewers. I don't know if we're there yet, but I would think we will be soon. So please hit that button for us. And if you've not yet subscribed, please do. And hey, hit that retweet button for us. Let people know we're live right now. Let's get some more people in here so maybe we can do enough for a couple Ask a Fat editions. But first, we want to tell you about our friends at Nick and Ivy Brewing, 1026 South State Street in beautiful downtown Lockport. We tell you about our friends at Nick and Ivy all the time. It is the greatest atmosphere at which to have a drink because the drinks are amazing. There's something there for everybody. The atmosphere is killer. There's live music or trivia or whatever going on all the damn time. You should go check them out. Even if you're not from the South Burbs, if you're someone that loves beer or just loves a good time, go head out to Nick and Ivy Brewing, 1026 South State Street. Check out their Facebook page. They've always got a ton of stuff going on. It's almost impossible to keep up with all their events, but it's facebook.com/Nick and Ivy Brewing. So they'll always have new things to let you know what's going on. Like, for instance, Saturday, they had an album release party. They had a Bears watch party today. It's just never ends. There's something going on all the time. And every Monday they will post the week ahead. They've got this week at Nick and Ivy, and it tells you everything that's going on. So make sure you follow their Facebook page for all the very latest from our friends at Nick and Ivy. All right. I have a bit of a complaint today.
Okay.
And as a Chicagoan, it pains me to complain about the Jewels. And maybe this is my Jewels only. So I'm sure a lot of people watching now have been to Jewels, so either confirm or deny this story on your end.
So only the Jewels?
Only the Jewels. Only the Jewels.
Yep.
Got that one.
Sadly, that's what my brain did and yours
No,
followed.
yeah, of course. Went for the bucket o chicken for the Bears game today, which was delightful. Did half of the honey, half of the spicy. Great. The honey's better. I'm going to do that full time next time. Yep. But like $17.99 for 2.5 pounds of wings. Great. It fed all three of us. Wonderful. Love that. Here's the problem though. The deli and the chicken area are adjoined.
Yes.
And you take a number for both.
Yeah.
So everyone is pulling from the same red deli tab thing. So if I'm 20, if the person in front of me is 24 and I'm 25 and they go 24 and I'm at the deli, I want 3 different kinds of meat sliced fresh and 2 kinds of cheeses. The guy has to abandon the chicken stand, walk to the deli, serve the deli order. All right, 25, then come back and do the chicken. And everyone's just standing around like,
are you telling me one of these places would understaff a department?
Well, here's the thing. And I know the fine people at Albertsons, they need that second yacht, right? You got to have a yacht in Florida and on Lake Michigan. It's understandable.
Sure.
You can only expect people to go through so much hardship in their life.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. If you got to pay one extra person, let's be generous and say Jewel pays $20 an hour.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure they don't for their deli staff. But let's play pretend that they pay $20 an hour.
Right.
That is on a Sunday, a 2.5 pound bucket of wings is $17.99.
Mhm.
And like an 8-piece is like maybe $13.99. Like an 18 or an
Probably
8-piece
about
of
right.
like with 2 sides or whatever.
Sure.
So if 2 people
Mhm.
walk up there, see the chaos and say F this and leave, you've lost money.
Yeah.
Now, this was our lunch. This was the plan for it to be our lunch. And I was like 5 minutes from saying, screw it. I'll just call Wingstop and do that instead or something. I was very close to walking away. I saw a bunch of people walk away. I've had people tell me I can't go to Jewel on a weekend anymore for lunch meat or chicken because the line is crazy. And on Mondays, it's insane because it's a cheap chicken day.
Chicken. Yep.
Or what is that? $7.99 for the 2.5 pound bucket?
Yeah.
It's if it's even that much.
Yeah.
Because it's all the stuff they didn't sell on Sunday.
Sure.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But like staff one more person.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on Sundays during the football season when you know a bunch of people are going to be coming in for wings for the game.
Right.
Pay someone $15 an hour to come work the stand from 9 a.m. to noon to keep it moving. Because you're also putting a huge crushing demand on the people that are working. Like, all right, I just had my arm in the heated chicken thing and I'm serving up chicken. Now I got to take the gloves off, run over here. Now I got to carve meat. Like, you're creating a bad work atmosphere for these people. You have unhappy customers.
Mm-hmm.
You have unhappy employees. You have customers that are just saying, F this, I'm leaving. I don't want to do this. I don't want to wait. It's not worth it. For one more person to be paid, you could avert this entire thing.
I heard once from, and this was recently, from someone that works at a Jewel's, that people would come in on their first day in a specific department, and I will not say what department that is, and were greeted by their manager telling them welcome to hell.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So the Jewels, at least from what I've heard from multiple people that have worked at, like various locations, not the best place to work.
It's upsetting. My one of my aunts has worked at the Jewel in Oak Lawn for as long as I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
She works in the deli, bakery, that department. And I don't know if she's just veteran enough to know the tricks or she's senior enough to not have to pull the crappy duties. But like, look, I worked at a grocery store now defunct called the Egg Store. It was on 87th and Ridgeland. There was another one in Archer. There were a few of them.
Was it defunct because you were eating too much of the product?
Maybe.
Okay.
But it was one of those places where you made minimum wage,
Mm-hmm.
you worked your ass off, and then like honestly, if you did like, I'm gonna take a bag of chips here because I'm starving, and I can't get out for lunch, and then you had to go pay for the bag of chips. It's like one of those places. There was one day I worked there where it was the middle of summer.
Yes.
And a semi pulled up with no roof on the semi. It was like an open air semi on the top, just full of loose watermelons on the ground. And they're like, unload that truck. I was like, what? Like, yeah, unload that truck. So put all the watermelons in, those giant bins you find pumpkins and watermelons in. I had to fill like 10 of those.
Oh, God. See, I would have thought those are basically pre-done on a pallet.
Usually they were. I don't know what the situation was on this one. Maybe the owner found some cheaper watermelon or whatever.
Sure.
But it was, Jay, unload this truck. And I think I probably had heat exhaustion, if not a heat stroke. And they're like, okay, I guess you can leave. I was like unconscious. It was ridiculous. Like, Rick, I took my shirt off. Yes. That's how hot it was. Yes. So
did you have to like pin your name tag to your nipple?
They knew who I was.
Oh, okay.
Because I was about to pass on. But anyway, it was just a little annoyance at the Jewel. And like, I just feel so bad for the people working there because everyone's mad at them and it's not their fault.
Right.
They would love help. I promise you they would love help. And I heard the chicken guy say, the guy who served me my chicken at the time was like, this guy called in sick, so I'm going to be alone here until like 2.
Oh.
So it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But what are you going to do?
It's not great.
It's not. Again, but for you staff one person for 3 hours ahead of a Bears game, and you're going to save so much frustration, and you're going to make more money because you're not going to have people looking at the line and saying, oh, that can't be quantified in like metrics.
Right.
How much chicken do we sell? Oh, we're not selling enough chicken. People just don't like chicken anymore. No, you're not selling enough chicken because people are walking away.
Yes.
They don't want to wait. They don't want to wait. Right. There you go.
Jesus Christ. That even mildly offended my sensibilities. That is a low bar.
Yes. That might be a first.
Yeah, you slithered under that bar.
Or it was too bad of a joke for Rick. Damn. Right. That's impressive. I'm kind of proud of that, actually.
You should be. That's good.
All right. We got more uplifting stuff to get to,
yes.
I promise. But I was just, by the way, the chicken was great. Loved it. So no complaints about the quality of the food, but it's just like, help these people out, man. Come on. All right, let's do another little quick commercial break, then we'll come back with some other stuff. Cool. We already told you about our friends at Nick and Ivy, so we're going to get to some mozzarella sticks a little bit later in the show, but the king of the mozzarella stick, Fredo's Pizza, Fredo's Culinary Kitchen in Schaumburg, 628 South Roselle Road. The I'm Fat Burger, the I'm Fat Pizza, the I'm Fat Grilled Cheese, they're all there. They're all going strong. They're all amazing, as is all the food at Fredo's. But I have just been mozzarella stick focused lately because their timeline's been full of mozzarella sticks lately.
Yes, it has.
And I'm trying to share them all on the I'm Fat podcast accounts, and it's like, my God, I got to get out to Schaumburg. I'm so far from Schaumburg.
I know.
But the mozzarella sticks on their own are worth the trip. So if you're out that way, you're in the Western Burbs, you're at, what mall is that?
Woodfield.
I couldn't think of the name of it. Yeah, if you're out that way, make a detour at Fredo's and place your order online. Use the code I'm Fat and you'll save 10% on your order. Also, if you've got a corporate event or a big party, you got a Super Bowl party or something, they've got private chef services. They'll come to your house, they'll cook, they'll clean, they'll prepare the meal, everything. Check that out at Fredo'sPizza.com. That's a really cool feature that not a lot of places do, and no one is going to do it better than Fredo's.
Nope. I had something wonderful yesterday.
Yes.
A place I've been to and I've spoken about on the podcast. Local chain. I think it's local. Maybe it's national. Definitely local. Miller's Ale House.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. There's Miller's locations all over. This was a Schaumburg location. I frequented I don't know if it's technically Lombard or Oakbrook, but like that one, kind of like by Yorktown-ish.
Yeah, there's one in Orland Park too.
Yeah, like
and Chicago Ridge.
Stuff.
Yeah,
very good stuff.
Not Saucy Fingers is O'Toole's. What do they call those? Zingers. Yeah. God, those are good.
Yeah. So like for our meal, Sam and I each had the Zinger Mountain Melt, which is basically like 6 or 7 zingers,
which are big ass chicken tenders covered in sauce.
Yes, we got the sauce on the side, but like with then on top of a mountain of fries with cheese and scallions and bacon if you want it. It's awesome.
Bacon if you want it.
Well, like Sam doesn't do bacon, so
it's not too late.
I know. I was gonna take the joke a different way, but I'm just gonna leave that there.
All right.
And then from looking at the menu, Sam was like, "Oh, we are getting dessert," and I didn't see why at first. The Captain Jack's buried treasure cake, is absolutely phenomenal. And I know this is like their dessert that like they promote and whatever. So let me just read what this wonderment is on a large plate. It's a triple layer vanilla ice cream cake with Oreo cookie crust, Heath bar crunch crumble, caramel, and hot fudge.
Yes.
And it's just like that is a bed of hot fudge that it is in.
God, that looks good.
It's freaking phenomenal.
Is that like crumble Oreo on top too?
Yes, it is.
Holy Jesus.
You get texture. Like you get that texture from the Oreo, just a little texture from the Heath. Like, dude, the ice cream is like, it didn't feel too much like a race against time with the ice cream cake.
Yeah.
Which was nice. So we were able to like actually enjoy it. But if you've been to Miller's and you've been like me in the past, where it's like you go there to watch a game, maybe get some appetizers, or like just have dinner and go, get this cake.
See, all right, this is going to be a theme for tonight because the two things I want to get to in a little bit are also like a thing you would get at a place where you don't expect it to be great.
Yeah.
And this would definitely, be on that list of, I don't think I've ever looked at the Miller's dessert menu.
No.
Because the zingers are big and filling and delicious. So I usually just don't have room left. But like,
Right.
I also feel like it's a place I go primarily for lunch.
Okay. I can see that.
You're not really thinking dessert at lunch all the time.
Their Cajun chicken pasta is fantastic.
That's what Hope gets usually.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
The Big Red, like that, is very, very good. It's basically just a giant ass chicken patty in their hot sauce
Sandwich.
Yeah. What did I say?
You said patty, but just to clarify.
Oh, well, the
sandwich.
The chicken patty on the sandwich. Yeah. I woke up very, very, very early today, so I'm not on full cylinders, even by my standards.
No, I don't know if it was obvious that it was a sandwich.
No, when the alarm went off at like 4:10 this morning, had to get to Soldier Field by 6 a.m. So, and had to make a pit stop in Downers. So, yeah, that was a thing.
Yikes! You want to talk about it, or you just want to forget about it?
I mean, it was fine. It was like as part of my job, we have to do site visits. So, like, see how our members are being treated, and like, mind you, it was a Fox game. Fox and CBS treat our people very well. So it's usually just a hey, go say hi, shake some hands, say hey to people you haven't seen for a while, and go on your merry way. So we were back home by like 9 o'clock. I was back home, so not too bad, but just the wake up early was
it's an early day.
It was a rough.
Oof, that sucks.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That's all right. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I'll survive. Yeah, I got to take a half day on Friday because we were doing this, so fair enough.
There, perfect. See, that's unions, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's continue on this trend here.
Yes.
My wife's cousin's husband.
Okay.
Cousin-in-law.
Sure.
My buddy AJ.
Mm-hmm.
Him and I are very similar. When Hope had to bail on the national concert this week because Addie was a little bit sick. The first guy called, he's like, "Yes, I'm coming. I'll see you there, and we're gonna hold hands." That kind of relationship.
Nice.
He sent me yesterday that apparently Chili's has mozzarella sticks. I mean, that's not a surprise, but they're like quite big, and thick. Have you had these before?
I have not.
Okay, so now, not only do you have these good sized mozzarella sticks, and this is like a stock photo from their website.
Sure.
If you're watching on YouTube, youtube.com/I'mFatPodcast.
Because how is someone actually holding that mozzarella stick that looks like it has sauce on it, and their fingers are immaculate?
Yes, and they could take the photo.
Yeah. Shenanigans.
Well, anyway, I guess you can get these, or you can order these now in Nashville hot. So like the mozzarella stick is soaked in like Nashville hot sauce. And if you, it's not on the menu, but if you ask for it, there's also like a honey chipotle option.
Interesting.
So he said that they were great. He said the honey chipotle one was better.
Okay.
Because it wasn't quite as salty as a Nashville hot, because a mozzarella stick's going to be salty anyway because of the cheese and because of the breading. And then Nashville hot is a little salty on its own.
Yeah.
But that looks really good. And Chili's is a place that gets a bad rep. Chili's is never disappointing.
Yeah, I feel like that level of restaurant, the national chain that's just like a very basic sit down, gets crapped on a lot.
Well,
like any of those. Now, some of them deserve it more.
Though. I think Chili's is better than Applebee's or TGI Fridays.
Yeah, or even like the girls in the office really like going to Olive Garden for the lunch special and whatever, but it's like,
I have never been to Olive Garden.
Good for you. It's not like it's terrible. Like it's fine.
Well, for cities that I'm not like poo-pooing, but like if you're not like in a major metropolitan area, Olive Gardens are like the fancy place for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you live in DeKalb or whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
wow,
not knocking it.
DeKalb.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying
I know.
to. I'm trying to say I'm not being a dick, but it's true. Like, you're not going to get like a Rosebud down there,
right?
Or like a true like top-notch steakhouse kind of a place down there. So when you're going somewhere nice for a special occasion, Olive Garden scratches that itch for people down in places like that. But I've never been. I'm not against it. I just, for whatever reason, it's never happened. And then the other thing on this trajectory, is apparently B-Dubs apparently I've never been on television before. I love that kid.
Did you see they did a thing with him like 10 years later?
Is it that old?
Yeah, dude. I think it was 10 years later, but like he's not a child.
Well, anymore. It's like the the freaking Bats, that girl.
Yeah.
She's like 16 or 17 years old.
Think about it. We're in the first time where like people who were like famous memes or vines or whatever the hell they were are now grown up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure somebody's done it, but I haven't seen like what the Charlie bit my finger guy looks like now.
Oh, he died of old age.
Yeah. Right.
Died of natural causes.
Seriously.
Yeah. Because I saw that girl like pop up on, in my feed or whatever. I'm like, that girl talks a lot like that kid.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, that is that kid. What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so B-Dubs apparently has really good cheese curds. And then the video I saw, Hope actually sent this to me, and she said she's willing to try this. The trick is that when you order B-Dubs cheese curds, you ask for a side cup of caramel.
Really?
And dip the cheese curds in that.
I am as much of a caramel fiend as anybody.
Yes.
I don't know about that. I don't think so, Tim. Like, that's kind of where I am with that.
I'm trying to imagine it.
Yeah.
Like, what is think about Chicago popcorn.
Yeah.
Cheese and caramel. I know I switch between caramel and caramel. Shut up. I do it all the time. It works in that regard. I'll try it. I mean, the worst case scenario is I say I don't like this and then just eat the curds.
Sure. That's fair.
But who knew that B-Dubs had good curds?
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah. It probably worth a try. Yeah. It's one thing if it was like doused in them or like drizzled over it to where there was no avoiding it. But if it's just like get it on the side and give it a spin, for one thing, if I had a dime. Also, yeah, sure.
I mean, as long as it's not like coated in it.
Yeah.
But you can opt to dip it. Fine. That's fine. I'm down with it. But it's just an interesting. I've had a lot of things with when you sent me the Miller's cake. I'm like, this goes nicely with the other things that seem interesting to me, the chilies and the B-Dubs things. So I don't know. All right. Worth a shot.
It's actually my last thing, but I know you got other stuff too.
I have like two more small things.
Okay. So this is a place that I am not going to be able to pronounce because
I'll
it's
do
French.
It for you.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Boulangerie.
Boulangerie.
Boulangerie. You got it.
Nice.
Wait, I lost one of your pictures. Proceed. I'll get it.
Okay. So I was not in the city for this. I think they have like 4 locations in the city. It's just like pastries, bakery stuff.
Yeah, it's a French bakery.
Yeah, it's a French bakery. Logan Square, Bucktown, Ravenswood, and Humboldt Park are the locations. But I actually saw them last weekend, went to a farmer's market with Sam and then Shannon and Steve and the girls, and they were there, and it's just like, oh, look at these gigantic croissants of different varietals. So I was like, yeah, that those look wonderful. So I had at that one the chocolate chip cookie croissant.
That's what I'm trying to send. It's not sending to me. I don't know what's going on.
Do you want me to resend it?
No, it's all right. It's something on my end, but I can send I can put the regular croissant up there.
Yeah.
So just imagine that croissant with like a big layer of cookie dough on top of it.
Yeah, there's a layer of cookie on top of it, and then a little bit inside as well.
Yes.
So you get like really every bite has a little bit of the cookie in there. And obviously the regular croissant's fantastic as well. But like that's when it's been transported from the city out to Geneva, and
That's
it's
far.
still fantastic. So imagine going to the actual location and getting one of those croissants.
Yeah, I went to the one. Actually, Hope did text me when I asked her. I was on the one on 936 North California. That's the day I went to that Flying J. Remember I told you about that?
Yeah.
It was that same day. So
Okay.
yeah, so 936 or North
Nice.
California was
Okay.
when I went to, and I'm pretty sure we got that. And it was
So
excellent.
they do, what's cool is they do a lot of different varieties with the croissant. Like you can just get a plain one, chocolate, almond, raisin, cookie, ham and cheese, cookie almond, spinach and feta, just a croissant roll. And yeah, like those are your main ones there, the varieties that they have. So like it's like, okay, we've got this thing that's really freaking awesome. Let's give some varietals to it.
Yeah, that place is really good. Hi, adult haircut, Dave. He just jumped in the chat. We went there once, and it was delightful. And it's one of those places like we're gonna make what we make for the day, and when it's gone, we close. Like that's how it goes. And everything's fresh. Everything's made to fresh that morning.
Yeah.
So definitely worth a shot if you see La Boulangerie in your area, because it's fantastic. It's one of those kind of like Chicago hidden gems. Really good coffee too.
Okay.
Like a good breakfast spot. We had the ham and cheese croissant, and I know for sure we did the cookie one too.
Okay.
And they were
wonderful.
Outstanding.
And Russ in the chat saying, why does that croissant look like it's flipping me off? That's because it does look like it's flipping you off. It's a fair representation, because like
it's French. It
really,
doesn't like you.
That's also very true. But yeah, even the like flake on the end that looks like more of like a fingernail, that really looks like it's flipping you off.
I see Russ catches stuff that we don't sometimes. Yeah. He's the best. That's why we don't pay him. We're the Albertsons of podcasts.
Yes.
All right. Before we get to a couple little things and then we get to Ask a Fat, we got to tell you about our friends at Mazda of Orland Park. You should go there and buy a damn Mazda. 8910 West 159th Street in Orland Park. 708-444-3200 is the number. I've talked about the service a lot because it's great. And it's a place that it's very rare in my car ownership experience where I've opted to go to the dealer, because most times you buy a car from somewhere and like they're upselling you, or like, well, you got to buy the manufacturer's part and it's $10 million, so you need it. It's always been a bad experience. Not at Mazda of Orland Park. They give you what you need, nothing more, nothing less, and they do it for a reasonable price. And they stand by their work, and it's great. So all the perks of getting from the dealership with the affordability and transparency of your local repair shop, that's all you need. Oh, by the way, you're getting a kick-ass Mazda. I have two of them, the 2015 CX-5 and the 2022 CX-30. I love them both. They are both near and dear to my heart, and I will be a Mazda customer for life, not only because they're great cars, but because of the great people at Mazda of Orland Park. So go there without hesitation and buy 5 Mazdas. Yes. And tell them the I'm Fat podcast sent you, damn it.
And tell them your name.
Tell them your name sent you. All right. Yesterday, we went to Bona, which is, not a huge story. Bona's good. But I had a taste for the meatball sub.
Okay.
And it had been a while since I had a meatball sub. And boy, it hit the spot. I got to say, like, Bona does not skimp.
Ooh, no, they don't.
I mean, that's a solid buy. 3 good sized meatballs. I added the Parmesan myself to have it on the table.
Okay.
And when we're talking about the crinkle cut fry power rankings, Bona's up there. And I feel like Bona has slept on a little bit.
I agree. I think I've even slept on them for the diversity of food that is that good. Like, just for me, when I think about going to Bona, I want beef.
Yeah.
But now I've had the burger.
The pizzas. Do they have individual pizzas?
Yeah. Like I haven't had the individual pizza, but like I forget all the different stuff that Sam said she's gotten from there. Like their chicken is very good.
Yep. The chicken tenders are good. The buffalo chicken sandwich is excellent. So anyway, so there, and as we walked in, this was yesterday, Saturday, saw this ad. They've got this new promotion going. I don't know how long this runs, but the Chicago Classic. So an Italian beef, an Italian sausage, or meatball sub. You get the combo, and they're $7.99 for the meatball combo, $5.99 for the sausage combo, and $8.99 for the beef combo. That's a really good price.
Wow. Yeah, it is.
So that's Monday through Wednesday at Bona. It does say limited time only, so it's the sandwich and fries for that price. I think without the deal, it was like $11.99 or something.
Okay.
So that's a solid deal. And I'm telling you, like the food at Bona, as we talk a lot about with Culver's, like the consistency, every time you go, you're going to have the same experience. Bona is exactly the same. Every time I go, the food is like almost too hot to eat.
Yeah.
Like, because it's so fresh. They cook the fries right out of I'm burping just thinking about it. They cook the fries to order. Like, the sandwich is hot. Like, you got to wait a minute before you eat your Bona. And I love it there. And they've just attached a rainbow cone to ours, and I know several others as well. So,
yes,
if you've not tried that, do it and take advantage of that limited time deal Monday through Wednesday at Bona to save on those sandwiches and fries, because that's a really good deal. And then one more thing, I tried a new ramen place. I failed to take a picture.
You ass.
I know. I was doing it kind of in a hurry, and it's literally on the other side of like our work buildings. It's 1131 West Madison. My office is like literally half a block south of that. It's called Sumu, SUMU, and I got ramen to go, which is my favorite Chappell Roan song. And also, so they give you several bowls. So one bowl is, it's like the pork, the noodles, and then like the hard-boiled egg, seaweed, like all the stuff that goes in the ramen. Then they give you a big bowl of just the broth, and then a side bowl of chili paste, because I like the spicy pork.
The broth?
The broth? When you take it to home, it hasn't all been just soaking in your car the whole time.
Smart.
So you literally pour the broth in, pour the chili in, and then you mix it all up. And it's like they just made it fresh for you. It was really good. I'm not going to say it's like the best ramen I ever had. It's like not really near high five quality, but a quick little place with probably 10 or 15 tables in there. It was ready in 5 minutes. It's great. It's going to be added to the rotation. So that's Sumu Ramen right there, 1131 West Madison. It's like Madison or Racine, basically.
Okay.
Really, really good. So I was quite pleased with that.
Nice.
It was good. It was yummy. All right. I believe the time has come, Rick. Has it?
It has.
Let's ask the Fats.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 1 week since my last confession.
Okay, my son. What is your confession?
I'm fat.
Ask a Fat is brought to you by our buddy, Charlie the Bacon Guy. And here he is with this week's bacon report.
Thanks, Jay. This week we have 6 pepper and applewood smoked bacon. If you're looking to get ahead of yourself, the next couple of batches that I'll be making for bacon are ranch, cherry Dr. Pepper, jardinera, maple pepper, chorizo, and Cajun.
Nice.
Also some more jalapeno garlic. But again, always check the website to see what is available. For bacon jams, we have the original, and I'm going to make some pineapple and some mango habanero for another order. So get those in before I run out until the next batch. Gift cards. Gift cards are available on the website. You will get a code. You can send it to whomever you'd like or yourself, however you want to do it. Order it on there. You'll get everything you need. And it's the best gift anybody can ever give. For the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
There he is, Charlie the Bacon Guy. Get yourself some bacon, charliethebaconguy.com. All those great flavors are available. If you need to email him for something specific, like order info, pickup, whatever, charliethebaconguy@gmail.com is a way to get in. I made his chili again this weekend. Made a little tweak because I thought that his original recipe was a little sweet for my tastes.
Okay.
So I cut the brown sugar just a little bit. It calls for like a packed, I think I half his recipe, so his calls for a half cup packed tightly. I just loosely packed it.
Okay.
And it was perfect. So damn good. I had 3 bowls of it for dinner tonight. So, and I haven't not had to run off set yet, so that's good.
Nice.
But that ground bacon from Charlie is clutch because there's nothing more difficult than like cutting up a cup of ground bacon. Like, it's really tough. So I just order a couple pounds at a time, keep it in the freezer. It takes an hour or two to thaw out if you just like leave it soaking in the water. Boom, mix it right with the beef. You add the beef and the bacon together first, brown it up. Oh, dude, chili is so damn good. I gotta make more because I love making it too. Just the process of it, and then like, oh, it's done, and now I get to eat it.
Yeah,
it's amazing. So get yourself some bacon, get yourself some bacon jam, get yourself some ground bacon. CharlieTheBaconGuy.com. If you want to leave us a voicemail, the number is 708-858-3314, 708-858-3314. And we've got one voicemail today, so let's hear it.
Hello, gentlemen. How's the Empire? As we're rounding into fall here, wanted to get your guys' takes on boutique coffee shops, the ones that usually have a banger of a list of specialty drinks, lattes, teas, chocolates, ciders, all that fun stuff. And then supplements that with some pretty bizarre yet delicious candies and sweets, baked goods, all that sort of a thing. Typically reserved for fall, especially with the cider donuts and pumpkin muffins and things like that, which is usually where I find myself at these places. But wanted to see what you guys' thoughts were on those facilities, any experience or stories or takes on that. As always, long time, first time. Cheers.
I love those places because they do coffee better than anybody. Like, it's my go-to mass-produced coffee is Dunkin' because it's just very basic coffee. There's no I feel like Starbucks always tastes a little burnt, like very bitter.
Yeah.
Which I now and again I'll get Starbucks and I don't hate it, but I think Dunkin' is just so simple.
Sure.
They don't overthink it. But I go out of my way for bougie coffee shops because look, you're paying $5 for coffee at Starbucks anyway. I'd rather have that go to like a little mom and pop place. It's going to take extra care and make my coffee. We literally, I think during COVID, we got in a car, me, Hope, and Addie, and then Brian and Sarah and their kids tagged along, and we went to Saugatuck just for coffee. We drove to Saugatuck to go to Uncommon Coffee, which is my favorite place. 127 Hoffman Street in Saugatuck, Michigan. We hung out a little bit, but it was cold, so we had to go home. But
sure,
I mean, I love coffee shops like that, especially when you're on vacation. That's the best, man. Like just getting coffee from a place like that. I love it. I know you're not a big coffee guy.
Yeah, this isn't the best question for me.
But I feel like a place like that, though, would accommodate you better than a typical walk-in coffee shop, you know?
Sure. Yeah, I think that's fair. This time of year, like, I'm good for a hot cider, especially if it's, not just cider. That's, I'm definitely here for that. I will say, since it's that time of year, and admittedly, a friend is one of the, I don't know, owners, managers, whatever. It's also like for pumpkin patch and orchard season, the Johnamac orchard in Malta, which is like essentially go to DeKalb and then go one town further. And even though you feel like you've left a little bit of civilization again, because you have,
take it right at the Olive Garden.
Yeah, exactly. Like, go out to Johnamac because the orchard is great. Tons of different types of apples and all that type of stuff, but also like their ciders that they have on premises, like really cool. And then they have, like they'll have bands play certain nights, like, okay, basically now the kid time is over because the orchard is closed. Let's make it more of like, like a feel for adults. And they do a really good job of that.
And now the bees have gone away.
Yeah. How about it?
I can't, dude. I can't. Anytime someone's like, let's go to a pumpkin patch or apple orchard. No. I don't want to fight yellow jackets and bees all day.
Right.
I'm old. That's me.
You don't want to fight Jarrett Jack? He's a yellow jacket.
Yes, he is a Georgia Tech yellow jacket.
Yes.
I know that. Don't you think I know that about Jarrett Jack? Damn it.
Well, or do you just call all the bees Jarrett Jack?
Damn you, Jarrett Jack. Get out of my face. By the way, one more of those bougie coffee shops I want to mention. Door County. Blue Horse Beach Cafe,
Mhm.
4113 Main Street in Fish Creek, up in Door County. Another one that when we go to Door County, we try to go to a different restaurant for every meal, but we get Blue Horse every day because the coffee's
Okay.
that good and like the breakfast pastries and breakfast burritos and stuff there are great. So Uncommon in Saugatuck and Blue Horse
Mhm.
in Door County are two of my favorites. There's some close by, like what's the one right by my work? Damn it. I can't think of the name of it. Coffee shop. Hang on. Hold, please. Coffee
Old
shop,
man uses
Madison and Racine.
Old man narrates old man internet usage.
Groundswell. That's it. Groundswell
Okay.
Coffee. Right there in the West Loop. You don't need the address. It's in Madison Racine. Good. I will say my little beef about them is like they're not the most hands-on in terms of like I kind of feel like I'm annoying people when I'm in there.
Gotcha.
I'm not
Isn't
great.
that, isn't that part of the like Chicago coffee shop vibe?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not good
As-
for the
as-
decor. Like I don't
as
blend in.
someone who helps represent people that work at coffee shops in Chicago.
Yes, exactly. But I don't they want me out of there. I'm bad for the scene, you know. I don't like middle-aged fat guy in a sports shirt is not what they want in there, you know. So I got to get out quick. All right, let's do the Ask a Fats and we'll wrap things up.
Ask a fat about this and that. It's time to chat with the fats.
Got an email here from Steve. He sent an email to imfatpod@gmail.com, and you can too, and we will answer it as long as it's coherent. Steve says, "Hey Fats, it's Steve from Philly. I'm writing today because it's officially Malamar season out here. I went to Target today and they had a whole shelf of them. Being from Chicagoland, I had only heard of Malamars because they had been referenced on Family Guy or The Simpsons. After about a year of being here, I was in a local grocery store, saw them, and bought a box out of curiosity. I promptly devoured the box and was hooked from that point. You should eat the cookies too. They're basically s'more type cookies. The catch is they're only made from September to March, and they're really difficult to find outside of the Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey area, despite being made by Nabisco. So that got me thinking, do either of you have a sweet treat that is only available at certain times of the year or only available in certain parts of the country? For me, I'd have to say Salerno butter cookies, which I had as a kid and recently been getting a taste for.
Great call.
Yeah, I didn't know that was only a Chicago thing.
I didn't either.
Okay, those are good. You know what? That's Potbelly, by the way, for throwing those on our milkshake straws.
Yes.
I like that. That's a good call. I did not know they were regional, so now I'm going to buy some because I never do. But now that you mentioned them, I'm going to get them. I love the Salerno's Christmas cookies. They call them the Santa's favorites.
Yes.
They're like bells and stars, and I think there's a candle and a tree, and they're red and green sprinkles. They're anise flavored.
Yeah.
We call them anus jingles in our house. Those are my favorite Christmas cookies.
Yeah.
And then the bells and stars, which is Archway, I believe, are killer.
I mean, one thing that I think of that's more local that I would get the taste for every once in a while, because usually I like not a completely soft cookie, but man, when you get a taste for Matt's, like you just have to do it. And for me, it's not that often. I would prefer like a little more stability to my cookie, but man, like a couple times a year, get a taste for Matt's, and it just hits the spot.
There is a cookie that I'm going to show you, and you're going to say, I want those. And then you're going to be mad because they're not available anymore.
Cool.
Do you remember Linnell pinwheels?
I think
you know these.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll know it by seeing them. Yep.
They're the pink outline with the chocolate. I don't know if it's chocolate and vanilla, whatever, like yin yang shape. No longer available.
You had to give me the old CT there, didn't you?
I know.
The old cookie teas.
They're so good. Someone's got to make those, man. Someone's got to bring those back.
Right.
Take it upon yourselves, Chicago, to right a wrong. Do you have a Waltz by you? A Waltz grocery store? You have to set your watch back like 25 years to go in there. It's crazy.
Is it like Bernstein's Jewels?
Maybe. Probably not as annoying though, because Bernstein's not in there.
Fair.
But like it's just old school. it's a different feel. Like, it doesn't quite have everything, and it's got some stuff that you can't really get anywhere else. They do have like an old school cookie, like fill your own bag station.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go look there and see if there's some Linnell pinwheels there. Someone's got to make them, or someone's got to like at least have a rip-off version of them.
Right. You would, yeah, it's too simple to not have a rip-off of.
Right.
I don't know.
Maybe I'll hit up the Orland Bakery and say, do you make these? If not, please do.
Just going to leave this here.
Yeah, exactly.
Do with it what you'd like.
Yes, take it or leave it.
Right.
Please take it.
The other email we have is from Michael. He said, hey guys, heard Jay mention on the show last week that we would love to take the Kelsey mix and make into a marshmallow treat / Rice Krispie treat.
Yeah.
I've always loved homemade Rice Krispie treats and feel like they're super underrated. What cereals or ingredients would you use to make up your ultimate Rice Krispie treat? I had one recently that was a traditional Rice Krispie treat, but with kettle cooked potato chips mixed in.
Ooh,
salty and sweet was amazing. Plus, getting the extra crunch was an added bonus. Excited to hear your ideas.
The kettle chip.
That's
interesting because it's usually a ruffle.
Right.
I'm down with that. Go ahead. Sorry.
I tend to think Cinnamon Toast Crunch would just be a natural one.
Yeah.
Because you already get some Rice Krispie treats that have cinnamon. So if you just go Cinnamon Toast Crunch, it also helps provide some texture there. I've
had a Fruit Loops one that was very good.
Okay.
It's all that's take the cereal and just make Rice Krispie treat. There's no trick to it. I'm telling you though, my favorite, and it's not only here, but it's Chicago Bagel Authority sells it. It's the Golden Grams and the Cocoa Crisp, and it makes a s'mores bar.
Yeah.
And it's just phenomenal. Like,
dude,
that's the best I've had.
I'm telling you, Golden Grams, it's got to be up there for the most underrated cereal.
I think so.
Because I feel like it might be like fringe top 5 for people, but goddamn, is it good. Like, it is firmly in the top 5 for me.
Russ, our unpaid producer, says I had Cinnamon Toast Crunch Reese's Puff Biscoff combo. Is Biscoff the cookie, right? Like the they don't have a cereal though, do they?
No.
That would be amazing, and I would eat all of it.
I would not.
You don't like Biscoff?
No, I'm good with Biscoff. No, I meant that combo because of the Reese's.
Yeah. Well, you could skip that.
Yeah.
Throw in
eat around them.
Well, here's what we can do. Everybody make different Rice Krispie treats and send them to us.
Sure.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Just drop them off at the IBW offices in Downers Grove. Right by the Hooters there. Rick will find them. We'll give him a good hold. We promise.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we promise that.
Yes. Follow us on all of our social media at I'mFatPod, I'mFatPod@gmail.com. Check out Patreon, Spotify if you like, and I'mFatMerch.com for our merch or anybody else's merch. Just use our link and we get a little bit of a kickback. And kickbacks are great, especially this time of year, especially this time of cycle. YouTube.com/I'mFatPodcast. Subscribe, like each video. Hopefully you're watching us live. That's great because it helps our hours accrued. I always want to say accrued, and that's not a word.
That too.
Accrued. So, yeah, do that as well. And subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, and resubscribe to the regular podcast feed to help us juke those numbers too, because it is number juking season as well. Yep. And leave us the old 5-star rating and review. And the best thing you can do is check out our sponsors: Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Fredo's Culinary Kitchen, and Nick and Ivy Brewing. So for Jay, I'm Rick. And this is the I'm Fat Podcast.
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 100 tater tots, 100 pizzas, 100 tenders, 100 meatballs, 100 coffees, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pancakes, 55 pasta, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.